We are there. RFK Jr. has been confirmed by the full Senate as the HHS secretary. We're watching on the right side of our screen, and we have moved into that position now with another cabinet member in place for President Trump. And senior correspondent on Congress, Chad Pergram, is with me now. So, Chad, it was just a couple minutes before I saw you last time. This went quickly.
Yeah, and sometimes the waiting is the hardest part here on Capitol Hill, as Tom Petty might say. They sat on 50 votes for quite a while. We didn't think that there was going to be a problem confirming RFK Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services, but Rick Scott, the Republican senator from Florida, he came in and voted yes, and that pushed it over the edge. And immediately after him, Peter Welch, the Democratic senator from Vermont, he came in and voted no. This is a party line vote except for one vote. Mitch McConnell, the former Republican leader from Kentucky, he voted no. He was also the only nay yesterday on the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. I should note what's interesting here with McConnell is that he voted to break a filibuster on both nominees. Sometimes you have a senator say, OK, let's just get to the end of this process. I oppose the issue. I oppose the bill. I oppose the nominee, but I'm not going to hold it up. Sometimes they will try to hold it up as much as they can. Mitch McConnell did not have the votes on his side. We're waiting to see if there's a statement here from Mitch McConnell. I notice when he puts out statements in favor of the nominees that he supports, that he does so in a full-throated fashion. He says, it is my pleasure to support so-and-so. But he had some grievances with Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary. He had grievances with Tulsi Gabbard, and he has, not held back when he has indicated why he voted against them. And remember that Mitch McConnell suffered from polio as a child and has really had some reservations about this nominee because of his past statements on vaccines. Once they get through this confirmation, they are not done yet. Brooke Rollins is up for Agriculture Secretary. She will get bipartisan support. And as you mentioned just a few minutes ago, Kash Patel, who's up for FBI director, his nomination has been moved out of committee, and they will put him on the floor next week. That will be filibustered by the Democrats, and if the Republicans stick together, they'll probably overcome that, probably confirm him toward the end of next week, Harris.
Well, and I point out, you and I said this yesterday about Tulsi Gabbard, no matter how things may have started, they are ending up to be exactly what the president was looking for, with the exception of a very short period for Matt Gaetz, who, fell away from this process. But what's interesting is the vice president, J.D. Vance, has been out of the country for the last couple of these, meaning they didn't need a tie break by the president of the Senate or the vice president, as we know it. And that's fascinating. Right. So there will only be one or two votes.
Yeah, and also consider how rare that is to have a vice president be necessary to break a tie on a nomination for the cabinet.